In the quiet hills of Moab, where shadows danced under the dimming light, a tale of faith was silently unfolding. Ruth, a young widow, stood at a crossroad. Her husband was dead, her future uncertain. But even in the midst of tragedy, there was something about her, an unseen force, drawing her toward a destiny far beyond the plains of Moab. This is the story of Ruth, a woman whose unwavering loyalty would not only alter her life, but change the course of history. The winds howled as Ruth clutched the edge of her shawl, her heart heavy with sorrow. Her mother-in-law, Naomi, stood beside her, equally grief-stricken by the deaths of her husband and both sons. 3 women now widowed, their hopes and security buried with the men they loved. Naomi, broken in spirit, whispered, "I must return to Bethlehem, my home. The Lord has dealt bitterly with me." She urged Ruth and her other daughter-in-law, Orpah, to return to their families. But Ruth, her heart filled with a love deeper than blood, refused. With conviction, she spoke the words that would echo through generations. "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." Ruth 1:16. The path to Bethlehem was long and filled with uncertainty. Dusty roads, rugged terrain, and the sharp pang of hunger accompanied Ruth and Naomi as they trudged toward the land of promise. Naomi, once vibrant, now worn with age and grief, carried the weight of her loss, while Ruth carried the hope of a new beginning. They arrived at Bethlehem as the barley harvest began, but Ruth knew no one, save Naomi. Poverty clung to them like the dust of the road, but Ruth's spirit remained steadfast. "Let me go to the fields," Ruth said, "to glean among the ears of grain after him, in whose sight I shall find favor." Ruth 2:2. Ruth entered the fields of a man named Boaz, a wealthy relative of Naomi's late husband. Unknown to Ruth, Boaz was a man of great honor and generosity. When he saw her gleaning among the sheaves, he was moved by her diligence and grace. "Whose young woman is this?" Boaz asked his foreman. Upon hearing Ruth's story, Boaz approached her with kindness. "The Lord repay you for what you have done, and a full reward be given you by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge." Ruth 2:12. Boaz ensured Ruth was protected and provided for, offering her more than just food. He offered her respect and compassion. As the harvest continued, Naomi began to see the hand of God at work. She instructed Ruth to take a bold step. "Go to the threshing floor tonight. When Boaz lies down, uncover his feet and lie down. He will tell you what to do." It was a gesture of humility and trust. Ruth, though unsure, obeyed Naomi. Late into the night, she approached Boaz quietly, lying at his feet, as a sign of her desire for protection and marriage under the customs of the time. When Boaz awoke, startled, Ruth made her request. "Spread your wings over your servant, for you are a redeemer." Ruth 3:9. Boaz, deeply moved by her faith and loyalty, promised to take action, recognizing her worth and honoring her request. Boaz, true to his word, sought to redeem Ruth according to the laws of Israel. He approached the town's elders, resolving to marry her and redeem Naomi's land, ensuring that their family line would continue. "I have bought from the hand of Naomi all that belonged to Elimelech, and I have acquired Ruth to be my wife." Ruth 4:9-10. In Ruth's redemption, the once bitter Naomi found joy, and the community praised Ruth for her unwavering loyalty. Soon after, Ruth bore a son named Obed, who would become the grandfather of King David. Through Ruth's faithfulness and courage, the lineage of Israel's greatest king, and ultimately the Messiah, was secured. Ruth's story reminds us that loyalty, faith, and love can change destinies. From the fields of Moab to the lineage of kings, Ruth's journey was one of redemption and grace. In her, we see the power of a humble heart that dares to trust God, no matter the cost. Blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a Redeemer, and may his name be renowned in Israel. Ruth 4:14.